Second time I'm recording this. Because I made my other video like 28 minutes long. Oh, fuck that. I'm not rendering all that. It was just too long. The brown man stock has crashed. It has come to an end. They used to say back in the day, oh, these brown guys, they're good with computers. Oh, these brown guys, they're nice and polite. These brown guys, they're really, really friendly. And like their food, like it smells strong, and, like it tastes good. I mean, some people say that. Oh man, they used to say that. Dude. Okay, so Akash is being dragged by like literally everybody, from rehab room to Fillion, sorry, Fillion, sorry, to Myron Gaines to Watts TV, mediocre tutorial reviews. Crap. I was watching it just a second ago. Oh, too lazy to try. Everybody's actually resharing his specific video, which I find very interesting, because he has that Joe Costanza image, like placeholder image. So I know like that's him. Steinfeld, Joe Costanza, image. Um, I think other red pillars as well. Yeah, man. This man has like reached the utmost limit of his capabilities, right? Like he's just, you know, dragged throughout time and space from a woman who, like, why would you do that to somebody type thing? I mean, maybe he doesn't know how to go down on her, which is why I encourage guys to watch porn for educational purposes, of course. And then yeah, obviously desensitize yourself to it because you're watching a bunch of dumbasses that don't care about each other. So try to understand that in most instances that is right. Like you can obviously stumble across that or those other instances. And I'm not saying like you should for either instance be expecting that. Just like use it as like okay, this is what you do, right? This is how you go down on a girl. This is how sex works, I guess, right? This is how long you're supposed to have it, and then try to use that as like a baseline for your understanding on these things because you get a girl like this, right? And I don't think she would have cared too much if you were like terrible at it in the beginning, but if you consistently stay like that, like this is her form of rebellion. Like she's just basically doing the same thing that girls like to do, which is what I hate. They'll approach you and then they'll have this expectation that you to start talking to them. And the reason why I tend to freeze and I don't do that in most instances is because I find that this in reverse happens, right? So when you have a woman who you've met and you're romantically engaged with them, when they start rebelling with you like this is most likely the indicator. It's like, oh, I am not sexually pleasing you, or I am not sexually capable of pleasing you, or some shit like that. Right? And then she's just gonna do this bullshit ass rebellion where she basically announces to the entire internet that you're inadequate, but does it in a way where she's not actually saying it, if you know what I mean. And we all us brown guys, who we actually I kind of think that the way Akash treats his wife is a little bit noble at the very least, but um the individual, like the trust is misguided, is what I'm saying, right? And I had a little bit too much of a laugh at his expense, calling him a dumbass and everything. But yeah, man, could have been me. Could have been a lot of guys. It's just like especially like if you grow up in a neighborhood where there's not that many brown girls, You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like people always date within their own race, but like I'm actually older than Akash. I'm a 40, and back in those times, people were a little bit more exclusionary. Like they weren't racist, but they just were, dating wise, right? At least in those times. Um, we didn't get a lot of girls to pick from, my guy. Like there were a lot of girls of other ethnicities, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like I was like, oh, I wish I had more of my race people, ethnic group to pick from. But it's like, whatever. You live with it, and like you try to live with people, even though, like, to be honest, I was always insecure about it, and I think that insecurity pushed me away from people naturally. Like I tried to break out of it by like purposely like not adding brown girls to objectify them on Instagram because it just like leads me down this like uh I guess depressing rabbit hole where I look at a face and maybe it reminds me of somebody or maybe like makes me desire them in a way that like I feel like is unhealthy. Like I feel as if I belong to the human race. I shouldn't fetishize anybody, but I can't help it. I'm a guy, so I look at girls on Instagram and shit, and yeah, I'm insecure about it. But like, I understand that like I'm not necessarily also worthy of being loved myself. Like it works both ways, type of shit. You know what I mean? And that's why I think like the fear of being with somebody has suffocated me in the past. Like it's just something I wasn't ready to prepare myself for because even though like I have a good relationship with my family, like I don't necessarily think I'll have the ability to trust a girl or somebody else's family unless they had like a level of dignity that a woman like that clearly does not possess. Like dignity to know not to say those things and like act that way. And I think this is I think it is very much um a one-off thing, radical thing, even though it's more common than people give credit for, like I said, Nav's girl and all that stuff, but like I think it's not like a 100% thing because um I got a bias. I got a racist bias. What can I say, man? Did you think I would honestly descend the race that I was born from to the level of like, these other people who do way worse things, right? And like the worst part about it is that it like if you ask most Hindus, it's like a bunch of hillbillies had a festival of throwing cow dung, basically. If that makes sense. Like you know how like people look down on hillbillies for like, playing the banjo and like, just living that lax lifestyle, like drinking moonshine, whatever, right? Playing their accordions or whatever. Um, you could say that about this village in India, and then at the same time, also say because of the population of India, it's like way more populated than your American counter or like European or whatever counterpart of like indigenous, but like rural cultured people who live out there and like have this like very messed up belief that the vast majority of Indians look down on, but it's like it's a big thing because it's like lots of people and you can't escape from it, right? So we get no, well, I'm not Indian, but they get like you know put through like the harshest forms of judgment, and then you get Cash doing this. Our stock is crashing. Tell you, man, if it wasn't for more Pegasus, and constantly styling on Hassan, yo, our stock would be in the gutter, dude. And yo, if more Pegasus jump ship, right, and says, you know what, I'm not Brown anymore, I'm SpongeBob, yo, we're fucked. We're fucking screwed. It's like, yo, dog, what are you doing? Don't abandon us, no! You're like one of us, sort of. He's like, I'm all the way over here, and you're all the way over there. And all these guys are making videos about gosh, I don't know if I said that before, but like, okay, whatever. It's my second time making this video, so I'm gonna like loop a little bit, I guess. Um, but on top of that, you have Hassan coming. I mean, not Hassan. Hassan. Oh, the Hassan did come out, and he's like Asmongold, Gold, and then his career went like died back again. It's like it slowly rised up. You could when you mentioned Asmongold. Gold. And then it just like died back again, and that was it, the end. And now like Hamza is coming out with this like, oh yeah, not good, man. It's not good. Brown man stock is tanking because of the questionable viability of two aspects: a man's mental strength and a man's physical strength. When both are considered tenuous, then judgment is laid upon us. And we're getting tanked, dude. I'm telling you right now, Brown guys, if you don't have to like me, you don't need to. Start working out. Like I eat beef and shit. Convert to Buddhism. I don't even know if they let you do that in Buddhism. I just like use that as an excuse to eat beef. But like whatever, right? Like yeah, no insult to Buddhism and stuff. Buddha's name be praised. Um, Work out, man. Just lift weights. Get as strong as you possibly can now. Before the holiday season, you don't want to be a lonely ass man like all these other motherfuckers. So you start doing that and try to put distance between you and them, like the ones who don't. Because that's the first step, right? Step one. Step two is I can't speak on you about the hygiene game and like whatever. That's some gay shit. But like what I mean, just don't be slipping and stuff. Like you got something between your teeth. You didn't like shower this that right. Like you got to be on edge now because of how people are treating not specifically just you, like newly landed immigrants, working class people, like people who are nice and polite, but like get caught in the crossfire and are forced to keep smiling and just like, bare their teeth and like, endure it, if you will. And it's sad because, you know, I'm getting sick of it. Like, who the fuck are these people? Oh, and fuck. Oh yeah, it's the second time I'm recording this, so it's a good thing I brought it up. And you know who else is tanking our stock, the brown man stock? Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna bring it up because I brought up Hamza, right? I brought up Hamza, right? That's right. I'm gonna bring up the no fappers. How many of you fucking no fappers are out there? Delete your fucking videos, man. Just fuck. Brown man stock. Delete your videos. No, delete it. Oh my god. Rehab Room has made a video on Akash. We are fucked. As they say in Rehab Room's chat, it is so over, it's like it never even began. That's how bad it is, man. It's so over, it's like it never even began, dude. Rehab Room was right, man. JBW. Yo, the thing is, right? I knew kind of about this, like, internalized cultural, like, bias that, Pakistani Punjabi girls have towards, them white boys. The what? What boys? But, like, I'm telling you, man, Um, that shit right there is enough to kill a man. And like we all have to like be downgraded to that level of cuckadry because of his well his lack of masculinity in action because it's basically a fucking a green light to just like fuck you over, man. You know, like, and obviously, dog, there's gonna be, you know, couples that will be like, no, we're loyal to each other. Fuck that. Like the total antithesis of these two people, right? Like they're actually genuinely in love with each other and like, you know, support each other 100%, right? And to that I say, I think it's a bit of him robbing the cradle, um, at least like a little too early. You know what I mean? Like a girl like that young and you're that old, like, you know, you should have known better. And then secondly, um, like doing it at that age, I find would make you appear to be a loser because it's just like, well, what happened to people your own age? Like, you know, didn't you go to college, university, this, that? Like, why do you need to be like, you know, dating somebody vastly more younger than you? And it's like, you know, like even I would have called it off at like at least at that time, at that age, 10 years, because I had like that rule. I had a rule like when I was younger, no less than three up, three down, right? So I dated a girl. My first girlfriend was actually 2 years older than me, but then I learned like, okay, if they're too much more mature than me, then I'm always gonna be immature. So like I say, okay, I'm not gonna date a girl 3 years older than me, but at the same time not 3 years younger than me, because it's like I already have a little sister, so whatever, right? But as I got older, like I realized that, you know, if I want a woman to have my baby and she's that age, right? Like most likely it's gonna cause damage to her body. So I've opened up to the idea of like, you know, whatever, robbing the cradle, if you will. I've unfortunately become my enemy by necessity, though, because it's like the choice of whether or not I want someone who bears my kids to like live or die, right? It shouldn't be up to me. So, like, I should do my best to be with somebody who doesn't suffer a fatality or you know, a birth like altering like effect or something like that. Because like as much confidence as I want to give to people my own age and stuff, and slightly younger, whatever, it's just too much of a risk as you get older. It's just you know, fact of life. But Brown Man Stock, dude, he's just in the tank because you know, we got these no fappers just like, you know, shit in the bed, man, just being like, yo, we can't hold it in. We gotta like, you know, meditate and think about girls like these like priceless objects and like, you know, not touch our dicks and stuff. And it's just like, who fuck talks about this kind of shit? You know, like, can you imagine? I started making a tutorial about like how I shave my face every fucking day and like be like, hey, I'm gonna wake up and just like clip my beard, put my shaving cream on, shave, and just like, you know, finish off with a trimmer or whatever. Every time apply, like, you know, uh, fucking aftershave. Why did I just freeze there? Like I didn't know what I was gonna do. It's most likely because, you know, I usually like to like let my face afterwards breathe a little bit before I put anything on it. Even though like it's just about to start like drying up and like get irritated. But that's just me, right? Like, um, yeah, man, and it's like a war out there, you know, because it's like there are a lot of bad brown guys. Like, you know, we have to stick together. us us Hindus are like under attack from our own and like people from outside sources. So you have to like, you know, raise the brown man stock by any means necessary. Just like, yo, for once, like it's business time. You gotta get serious about it.